Welcome to Letting Go University. Today we're on the A Course in Miracles workbook, page 306 or less than 306. The gift of Christ is all I seek today. So let's remember we never went away from our Father. This is just a dream. And let's forget the world we made attempting to be apart from Him. The gift of Christ is all I seek today. So much of seeking is caught up with valuation of things in the dream. So I've got this valuation of I actually value things I'm guilty about. I feel guilty about pretending still exist from the past. I value fearing and planning for the future of a dream. Of a dream. I'm unwilling to let go of the values that I've placed on people, places, and things. And just to come to an honest acceptance of, wow, I seem to be really tied up in this dream. And so, what would be worth letting go of, forgetting, forgiving, to have an experience of heaven, which you've never left? To release the misery, the pain, the suffering, the disturbances, the grievances, the fears, the failures, to release all of that. What would I still hang on to in place of my oneness with my Father, with Christ? The gift of Christ is all I seek today. And notice the fear of letting go. I imagine that somehow letting go of this will be worse off than holding on to it. There is nothing valuable in the world that I have made. Notice every single thing that I could imagine I'm going to have with me someday in the future: the house, the relationships, the money, the physical body, all of this stuff. It's guaranteed transitory. Guaranteed transitory. And if I let go of it, if I forgive it, all of the sins and wrongs, all of the plans and fears, all of that's transitory. If I let go, what is beyond the small little things I've been valuing and clinging to, saying, I need this, I need this? Well, the gift of Christ is available. The gift of unconditional love, ever-present joy and bliss, freedom from the dream. Now, letting go of the dream doesn't mean you wake up right away. It might just be a happy dream that one day you'll wake up from. All the resistance to letting go, to forgiving, comes from fear. All the letting go comes from grace and love. All that forgiveness comes from grace and love. The ego, the dreamer, doesn't want to let go. Because when you wake up, it dissolves into the nothingness it really is, as far as I understand it right now. I don't claim to be fully released. I'm aware that I'm not this body and all this stuff. I've got all this intellectual knowledge about what's right and what's true and all that. Though it's one thing to know about something, it's another thing to be it. And so until that time, to come to just a gradual, gentle, loving, graceful release of what is not, to be that which I really am, the gift of Christ is all I seek today. As I seek that Christ presence, that ever-present energy field of Christ, of love, of joy, I release one thing at a time, and it gets lighter and lighter and lighter, and I start to experience more and more and more of what's actually going on as the Christ vision replaces the egos. So what are you not going to let go of? What are you seeking besides the Christ vision? And easy ones to look at, you'll hear me mention this again and again: relationships, money, body stuff, which has to do with seeking control, wanting approval, and wanting security. Also, wanting separation. There's many, many wants. So anything I'm wanting is claiming I am separate from the all. So to let go of wanting it, to let go of the desire for the relationship, the desire for the money, the desire for the body, the desire for the control, the desire for the approval, the desire for the security, the desire for separation, doesn't mean you're not still going to experience it. Actually, frequently you'll let go and you'll discover that in a dream, these things can fall into your lap quite rapidly. In an infinite field of infinite power and energy, is it any problem to deliver you a relationship, a special relationship, to deliver you financial things, to deliver you body health or whatever that is you're seeking, the muscles, the beauty? Uh, no, this field has no problem providing it, provides infinitely. In fact, it's provided everything, even if the ego has claimed that the ego did it. You got that sexy body? Does the ego say the ego did that? Well, it takes credit for everything a split second after it happens. So, no, the higher self is running the show, and the higher self is generous, loving, provides us whatever we think about in a dream, a projection of what's held in mind. So, what could we let go of and let the field deliver? Deliver us. The higher self is also aware of propitious timing, aware of what's actually going to help us or detract from our spiritual growth and evolution, our going free of the ego. So, could you allow yourself to take a jump today to seeking the Christ above all else? Let's begin. So, what are you seeking? What are you seeking? Take anything that you've been seeking besides the Christ, besides the One, besides God, besides the truth of you. There's nothing wrong with seeking something else. That would be claiming sin and guilt is real. Could you just allow yourself to look at what you've been seeking? Today, I was seeking a new auto insurance policy because I want security. Yesterday, I was seeking a relationship because I want approval. You know, anything that comes up. And could you allow that to come up? Could you notice what you're seeking? And the energy of desire, of wanting for that thing. Perhaps the fear of not getting it. But there might even be making wrong of wanting a relationship, wanting the money or the insurance. Could you just allow it to be just a feeling behind seeking for illusions in a dream? Any feeling's fine. No need to label it. And if you label it, that's okay too. Could you come to this feeling that's other than the Christ, other than Christly, that unconditional love, that joy of heaven? Could you bring up that feeling? Let it come up, or just let it sit there, let it be there, observing the feeling, aware of the feeling, lighting it up. And that feeling starts to dissolve into the nothingness it is, the seeking for dreams. Could you allow yourself to let go? Would you let go and seek the gift Christ alone. It's okay to answer no. It's okay to answer yes. Watch what comes up. There's a tremendous fear sometimes of letting go and letting go. And it could be the same thing. It could be something else. What are you seeking besides Christ? Besides unconditional love, joy of heaven? What could distract you? Oh, plenty of things. And that's okay. Just taking whatever comes up. And could you notice the feeling of seeking for an illusion? If I get that, then I can be happy. Then I can love. And could you notice this sense of lack, fear, desire, whatever's coming up? Could you open up and just begin to forgive? Just forgiving this feeling, just allowing it to be there, nothing to fight and claim as real. Just let things, this dream feeling come up, forgiving it, forgiving yourself, being attached to and seeking an illusion, just letting this feeling come up, lighting it up, allowing it to release by grace, not by force. Just sitting with this feeling, could you release it? Would you release this feeling by grace? When could you release seeking the illusion and have the gift of Christ be your soul seeking? Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe now, maybe later. Anything that comes up in these answers, rather than guilting or trying to control it, could you just keep the flow going? Keep the energy moving. Let it do what it does. Because thinking is a great resistance. Notice how much thinking of seeking things in a dream happens on a daily basis. Could that be okay? Just notice what you're thinking about and seeking in a dream world. Other than the Christ, other than unconditional love and joy of heaven. And without judging that, without moralizing about it, just noticing the feeling of seeking in the dream. Anything that came up, that's the thing. And could you allow the feeling of wanting that, fear of not getting that, or whatever comes up? Nothing to change about the feeling, modify, or explain or understand. Could you let the thoughts drift by without following them? All thoughts are resistance to releasing this feeling, to surrendering it to God, to Christ. Could you ignore the thoughts, experience the feeling, the sensations, and surrender it to the Christ? Turn it over to what you seek. This distraction, this dream distraction, would you surrender it to God? Turn it over. Doesn't mean it goes away right away. Oftentimes I'm holding on, I'm valuing this feeling and the thoughts that go with it and the seeking of things in the dream. And that's okay, just noticing what's happening and continuing to experience it and relinquish it, surrendering it to the Holy Spirit. Turning it over. It just takes what it takes. For the lesson suggests the gift of Christ is all I seek today. There can be a tremendous amount of resistance to these lessons, and it says so right at the beginning of the workbook. It's to be expected. Could you allow up the resistance of seeking for things other than the Christ, other than the truth of what you are, other than your oneness with our Father? Having compassion for yourself rather than guilting, sinning, judging, criticizing, moralizing. Could you just notice what's coming up? Yes, I really want this new car. Whatever it is. I really want to prove how bad I am. That's what I'm seeking. It could be anything. So just opening up and allowing up these things that are sought in a dream, attempted to make them real. And could you just notice how it feels to be seeking for something so valueless when the greatest diamond is there for your choice, for your reaching out and grabbing it? Notice what would have you seek for something other than the Christ. Could you allow that feeling up? And just allowing that energy to move, allowing that feeling to be stuck. If it's stuck, opening up, where is it? Desire is frequently in the chest. Guilt is frequently in the stomach. Could you allow up the desire, the fear, the guilt, whatever's coming in? And just ignoring the thoughts, the thought balloons floating around, just letting them go without grabbing after them. And just being the light shining on this feeling. Just feeling that feeling just for now. Just for now. Letting go of seeking for other than the Christ. The Christ's gifts guaranteed for you. You need seek them not. They're already here. Notice the seeking for other things that don't exist in a dream. And just feeling that feeling, letting it go. Could you let go of seeking, valuing this dream? That you may have the gifts of the Christ. The gift of Christ is all I seek today. Would you let go of this seeking for the world you made? Let that world go. The dream world, could you let it go? And that feeling that would bind you to cyclic, egoic, karmic experiences. You don't have to. It's just a choice. The power of decision is your own. Well, what would life be like? The world be like if all you saw was the gift of Christ, the presence of Christ, the presence of God, the presence of unconditional love, the presence of joy? What's that world like? Could you forgive yourself the world you made and saw and found, that you may return to heaven here and now? Well done releasing. Have the best day you can.